Hello and welcome back, one and all. So we are here today to have a look at the newly buffed Sentinel class and do a review on it. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and of course leave the video with a like. So for those of you who are not aware, Sentinel class is what you get for being an upholder, so you can access it in any of the upholder shops, and until now it has been a pretty useless class and it has just been for bank storage or to not even bother buying it at all. However, they have buffed it, and to be honest, it's better, it's usable now, but it's still really not that amazing when you think it is meant to be an upholder class, which is slightly disappointing. But you know what, that could just be the way I'm using it, but I really don't think so. I think this is just the way Sentinel is and will probably always be. But like I said, things have improved, so let's go through your abilities. So your first one is your auto attack. It starts the stack of the Watch Eternal, which is very important. If Caliston Doctrine is present, it reduces target's damage by 4%, and if Venator Doctrine is present, it reduces target's hit chance and its crit chance and dodge chance by 15%, whilst increasing their damage taken by 30%. Your second ability deals damage based on your current health, and it also decreases damage over time damage, which you take by 80%, and applies a heal over time and a stack of Watch Eternal. Your third ability, it deals damage more when your health is lower. It increases your crit chance by 10% and applies a stack of Watch Eternal. Your fourth ability increases damage STR and END by 50%. It inflicts a damage over time to yourself. And if you're in defensive stance, it applies Caliston Doctrine, which is how you get it. It decreases incoming physical damage by 20%, and if you're in offensive stance, it applies Venator Doctrine, which increases END by 40% and hit chance by 20%. And lastly, your fifth ability is your heavy damage based on stacks of Watch Eternal. It consumes all your stacks, and if Caliston Doctrine was present, you will be healed after a second, and if Venator Doctrine was present, you will be greatly healed. Now in the background you can see me starting to use this class and trying to farm with it, which of course isn't really very good as it is single target. However, soloing is a slightly different story, and this is what the class is meant for. So for me, I personally am using lucky enhancements, but that's just the way I roll. So my main aim with the combo is to try and keep my health high. So I always apply ability 2 first, then go for 4, so that reduces the damage over time we'll take, and then I just hit 3 just because I can, just to do a bit extra damage, and then I'll go back to 2, so I go 2, 4, 3, and I just keep rinsing and repeating that until I want to use my stacks, and then I hit 5. Now I'm sure there's a better combo, but to be honest, I've found, which I'll show you in a minute, if you're trying to use ability 3 when your health actually gets low, which is when you're meant to, the damage is really quite small when you compare it to what you do when it's full and using ability 2. I also find that with your 5th ability, even with pretty much max stacks, it never really does that much. I think it's more about the super heal side to it rather than anything else. But you know, the class will stay alive, it will solo things, but don't expect to take on any major bosses. PvP, it gets worse, to be honest. In PvP it really isn't that great. I'm against another Sentinel here and they do really quite well against me, so it goes to show that this class can actually be used for PvP, but as you'll see in a minute, it gets destroyed against pretty much every single class. You can get away with trying to get your second attack in quite quick, but then you haven't really got time to start stacking things up to even think about greater damage and heal with your 5th ability. You'll be long gone and defeated before you can even press it. So all in all, the Sentinel class is considerably better than what it was. It still is never going to be anywhere near a top tier class, but, you know, if you want to go along, use something different for a little bit, have a practice with it, it's definitely worth a go. I'm sure with the right combo, you'll be able to achieve greater damage with it, but to be honest, the way I was using it, I found was more than sufficient for just trying to solo. So guys, thank you all very much for watching. Make sure you leave a bit of a like, and of course subscribe, and a big shout out to everyone that joined me here in the PvP arena. It was very nice to be able to stop and chat with you for a little bit. So guys, until next time, have a lovely day.